Good morning. We are talking about the grace of God. We need God's grace in order to do what He calls us to do, in order to live a life that is pleasing and acceptable to Him. And that grace is fully available to us to be utilized. This week, we're looking at the perspective of allowing God to use us or work through us, or us giving away to Him in order to show grace to other people. So just like we need grace, other persons need grace as well. Now, when we look at Genesis chapter 50, verses 19 to 21, Joseph said to them, "Do not be afraid, for am I in the place of God? But as for you, you meant evil against me, but God meant it for good, in order to bring it about as it is this day, to save many people alive. Now therefore, do not be afraid. I will provide for you and your little ones." And he comforted them and spoke kindly to them. If you do not know the story of Joseph, please take some time and read it in the book of Genesis. It is a very powerful and encouraging story. And here at the end of everything, Joseph is saying, what you meant for evil, God used it for good. And Joseph willingly gave way to God to show grace to these individuals, to his siblings, to his family. Joseph recognized that that was the reason why God allowed all of the offenses to occur against him in the first place. And now he is giving away to God. He is giving place to God in order to show them grace and mercy. When Joseph blessed them and protected them and did all of this, he knew that he could do none of this except for the grace and the strength of God. And that's what we can do as well. Persons may offend us, they may do things to hurt us, even our very siblings at times, family members. Wherever there are people, there will be offenses. That's the reality of it. But what we should practice doing is forgiving them and extending an arm of help to them. Remember, if they're thirsty, feed them. If they're hungry, give them. If they're thirsty, give them something to drink. And if they're hungry, we should feed them. And so in doing that, we are now extending or giving way for God to extend grace and to demonstrate God's grace to these individuals. Because normally, when someone does something to offend, we hit back, we retaliate. But if as children of God, we're doing something different, persons are going to look at it and say, "But Deborah, look at what I did to you and how you're still helping me." I've heard that so many times in my life. And it's an opportunity for that person to experience the grace of God so that they can now be divinely influenced, either to change if they're already a child of God or to come into salvation. Joseph did it. This is a good example. We can do it as well. We're going to look at some more stories in the Bible as the week progresses. Have a wonderful day.